What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be teaching you guys how to jump. So I'm choosing to start this video at a pump track, my local one. If you don't have a pump track nearby, float trails work for this too. I'm basically going to just walk you guys through how to jump and like how to pump at the same time. I think the two actions go hand in hand together, and so hopefully this video is beneficial to you guys. Here we are at my local pump track. It's called Buttercup Pump Track. Basically, it's just a little 360 loop with some jumps at the end, and then it leads into a little slalom course. Nothing too crazy or anything, but it gets the job done if you're looking for some fun in the afternoons. So if you're watching this video, you're probably looking to learn how to jump a bike. So the reason why I'm at a pump track and not some jumps is because pumping and jumping kind of coincide with each other. So I'm first going to show you guys how to pump over rollers and then transition that into jumping. And hopefully you watched the video before this, which was how to bunny hop. All three of these, like pumping, bunny hopping, and jumping, all go together. And so if you are looking to jump, go watch the bunny hop video, and as well as endure this boringness of how to pump. And it's going to be not that entertaining, but I mean, you need to know how to pump over rollers in order to actually jump a jump. So first things first, we got rollers. Rollers are basically just like mounds of dirt that are meant to just roll over, and you use your body weight to pump through the rollers to gain speed, and using that momentum allows you to just pick up more and more speed, and you don't even need to pedal. And that's kind of the basics around a pump track. So what I typically see at a pump track, for at least beginners who are new to the sport, is they most of the time have their seats cranked up super high, and they're sitting down and they're pedaling through the rollers. And so first things first, have your seat all the way down, as low as it can go. You're gonna try to not pedal at all. We're just gonna be using body weight to get ourselves over these rollers. And yeah, you're gonna be standing up the whole time with your pedals level, like so. You want your feet to just be like, whoops. You want them to be side by side and not up and down. And because of that, if you're gonna go over a roller and your pedals are down because you're pedaling, you're gonna scrape and you could end up flipping the bars, which you don't wanna do. Alrighty, so approaching a roller, you wanna make sure that your pedals are level. Not like this, that is not what you wanna do. You want them flat. And as you come up to a roller, you want your arms to come in as you go over it. And then your legs are also going to be coming up. And then as you reach over the peak of the roller, you're going to be using your arms to push back out the front end, as well as your legs just following through. So with pumping, it's basically the same kind of thing as a bunny hop, but you're not lifting up your front tire or your rear tire off the ground. You're mainly just using your body weight to shift through the wheels as you roll over a roller. So you're gonna be sucking up your arms as you're going up and over the roller, and once you get to the top, your back wheel is gonna start going up the roller as well. So your legs are gonna come up and your arms are gonna be pushing down then, and it's gonna just like allow you to do a little rainbow effect over a roller, and you're using your arms and legs to just absorb, I guess, the roller, and then push your body weight down the backside of it. So If pumping is kind of a little bit difficult for you, if you're kind of messing up the arms and legs movement, you can also just start off just using your arms. And so if you have your legs locked out, you can just use your arms to push over your front tire over each roller and just pump through it just using your arms first. And once you get that down, then you can start using your legs. I'll give you a little example. This is like not correct on like what you're supposed to do, but if the multitasking of using arms and legs at the same time to pump over rollers is a little bit much, then try this out for a little bit, and then once you get the arm movement down, then you can incorporate the legs. Alrighty, so I'm gonna incorporate the legs on this one and pump through this rhythm section and give you guys a little example of what it looks like. Alrighty, so if you did that and you're very comfortable with pumping and you see yourself gaining speed through rollers instead of having to pedal to gain speed, then it's time to move on to how to jump. So the reason why I wanted you guys to really focus on pumping first is because you normally shouldn't have to pedal into a jump. Say it's at like a bike park or it's in a set. Usually you have to pump to gain speed to end up hitting a line. That's not always the case. Obviously, like Sheep Hills, for example, if you don't know where that is, it's a very historical spot in Orange County, Huntington Beach area. Basically every jump you have to pedal into, but after you pedal, the rest of it is pumping. And so pumping is like the baseline in between jumping. And also as you go off lips and you land, you're using the same techniques as you would with pumping. And don't take my word for it. Some spots you definitely have to pedal, but usually jumps are made to not be pedaled in between. So that's kind of what I'm getting at, is you hit one jump and you land and you need to be able to pump to keep that speed up and get you into the next jump as well as one after the other. And so, yeah, practice pumping first, get that dialed in, make sure that you're able to gain speed through a rhythm section before you start trying to catch air. Alrighty, so now we are on to catching air, and we have this little double right here that I'm gonna teach you guys how to catch air on. So even before we get started, I wanna say, pick a jump that is around your ability. Like maybe no bigger than half a bike length, so like 3 feet max. It'll just make things easier, and it won't be as scary, and you'll just be able to work your way up instead of just going big. So most of the time when you're going into a set of jumps and you're pumping, you're normally gonna have more than enough speed, and the lip basically is gonna put you where you need to go. That being said, once you start getting into something a little bigger, you're gonna have to start using the pumping motion and also the bunny hop motion to get yourself over a jump. And so that's what we're gonna go through right now. You've pumped over this roller and you're approaching this jump. Basically, instead of sucking up like normally, you're gonna be pushing through it and popping off your suspension, and also using your legs to push, and like same kind of motion as like a bunny hop, where you're gonna be lifting up the front tire or compressing your suspension, lifting up the front tire, and then springing off your back feet, and it's gonna propel you over the jump. All right, we're gonna do one real quick and show you guys how it's done. So here we are pumping over the roller into the double. And as we come over that roller, you're really using the pumping technique I just talked about. So as I'm pumping down this roller, I'm compressing my suspension, and as I go off the lip, I'm popping like I would with a bunny hop. And as I float in the air, legs come back up and land with a compression. So here's a different angle as I'm in the flat bottom, I compress the suspension, and as I leave the lip, I pop off that front tire. Back legs follow with a snap, and that propels you into the air. As you're in the air, legs kind of come back into your comfortable position, spot the landing, land, and use the arms and legs to compress the impact. Again, here we are popping off the lip. Use the suspension to compress it and then pop like you would on a bunny hop. And then propels you into the air. You spot that landing, the legs come up to kind of flatten you out in the air, and then you land nice and smooth. So when you're approaching the lip, you're gonna be doing the same thing that you were doing when you were bunny hopping, and you're gonna be compressing the suspension as you're going up the lip, and then you're gonna be popping like you're bunny hopping, and then springing off those back legs, and that will just be putting you straight in the air. And the goal is to land necessarily like flat versus nose heavy. If you're nose heavy, that means you're popping too much and like popping over the bars. You need to be popping just up instead of forward. And another thing I do see when people are learning how to jump is they resort to the whole bunny hop thing where they just bunny hop thing. The thing where you like pick up both wheels at the same time. You don't want to do that. You want it to be front wheel off the lip first, then the rear, and create a little rainbow, almost as if there is an imaginary top to it, like it's a big roller, and that's the way you want to be catching air and landing smoothly. If you're popping off both wheels, you're gonna land all sketchy, and doing that would send you over the bars sometimes too. You could nose case, you could just picking up both wheels at the same time just automatically puts you out of control. And if you're J-hopping, or the correct way to bunny hop, it's gonna put you more into like a rainbow state, and you'll have way more control. So here again, you see me pumping the transition into the lip, and then you pop off the front suspension, and then spring off the back suspension. And then right here you see my chest kind of moves forward, just like right over the bars to propel you forward a little bit and flatten you out. Legs come up and flattens you out for a smooth landing. So that's basically it. Definitely, like I said earlier, try this on a small jump, something that's half your bike length or even smaller, like just to get the wheels off the ground. You could just bunny hop over a roller or catch air off of a roller if you feel safer than hitting a double like I just did, or a tabletop. And whatever is like safer for you, that's what you go with. Don't try to push yourself and hit something with a gap if you're not ready to do that. Yeah, just slowly work up to things. Use this technique of pumping and popping like you would a bunny hop on a jump you're comfortable with, and do it over and over again. Practice, make perfect, and eventually you'll be working your way up to bigger jumps, and you'll just get better and better. And so yeah, keep working at it. Drop a comment if you have any questions, if you want any clarification on anything else. Yeah, keep shredding, guys.